Good morning, YouTube. Today is Thursday, the 18th of May, 2017. I'm actually quite warm. After yesterday's complete washout, it hammered it down and pissed down with rain all day, stopping me from doing most things that I wanted to get done yesterday. Today, as you can see from the blue sky, is a picture perfect day. And that's pretty good because I'm heading off for lunch in Henley with two of my friends. And hopefully, if the weather holds, we're going to go for a walk. My son isn't very well this morning. He texted me yesterday. My son's called Mason and he's 23. He said he had a swollen face and he went to the doctors and they said they think it's a gland in his face. And in fact, he sent me a picture this morning and it's here, but he's not feeling any better. He's feeling worse. So I'll wait to hear from him. If he's not any better by after lunchtime, I'm going to hopefully go and take him to the doctors and get this sorted because I don't think that's right, a swollen face. It's not an abscess, it's not mumps, and antibiotics should have kicked in by lunchtime if you've been taking them for 24 hours. So that's the only reason I won't be able to do my 10,000 steps today, is if I have to go and shoot off and go and help him out, which I will happily do. As a mother, you would, right? So fingers crossed he's going to be all right. I'm sure it's nothing majorly serious. He tends to get bits and pieces wrong with him, Mason. He had a tumour in his leg when he was young, actually. You know your ankle bone as you look down at it? He was about 8 years old, and I remember putting his sock on one day and thinking, but you've got two ankle bones. How weird, two lumps there. And in fact, he had what's called an osteochondroma, which was a benign tumour, but it was actually cartilage and ligament, I think. And it happens mainly in boys, happens in their long bone while he was growing. So in fact, the surgeon took it out when he was had a surgery, and then bless him, I think when he was 12, we moved to India. And just as we were leaving India to go from India to Singapore, his lump had reappeared. And that got scary then, because when you research it, the likelihood of it becoming cancerous is higher with each time it reappears. So they operated again. I brought him back to the UK and they operated again. And then Singapore, we moved on to Singapore. Mason was 17, 18. He was just finishing his into baccalaureate. Well, he didn't finish it, but anyway, that's a long story. He was finishing his schooling in Singapore and we noticed it again. So he had a third tumour removed from the same site, but the surgeon had looked at all the previous surgeries and guaranteed us that the reason it was so close to his growth plate, apparently, that the previous surgeon, the same surgeon did 2 operations, was very conservative with how much he took out of the tumour. So this time round, he went in and he took a load out because Mason at 18 had stopped growing. So anyway, he's always been my sickly child. He's always been a little bit. But the good thing is with Mason, he's got a really high pain threshold. He's never really grumbled or moaned about pain or anything. So to call me up yesterday and tell me that he's got this swollen face, is I do panic and I do worry. And it's like, right, what can I do? He's like, nothing, Mum. I just wanted to tell you. So anyway, best wishes to him. I'm sure all of us will think like that. Cool. With the sun coming in, I can see cobwebs. No offense to my cleaner because it's my fault. I can't see them normally, but I can see them today. Anyway, really good news this morning is I got on my scales because it's my weigh-in day, weigh-in Thursday, and I am 98.4 kg. So I'm 1 kg down from last week, which is maze balls. I'll tell you that in different thingies, whatever, units. I'll tell you that in different units. So in pounds, my start weight was 264.6. I'm now 216.9. That's a total loss of 47.6 pounds. In kilos, I started at 120 kilos. I'm now 98. That's a grand total loss of 21.6 kg. And in stones, I started at 18 stone 12 and I'm now 15 stone 6, making that a grand total loss of 3 stone 5.6 pounds. Amazing. Totally amazing. I can't say anything other than I'm super happy about that, obviously. And Yeah, I was just thinking this morning actually that I've got to get rid of my coats. And I think they're the hardest thing to part with because they're expensive, right? You buy your coats and you're like, oh. Unlike tops, which you can buy cheaply and change every 5 minutes if you want to, a coat's a coat, and I'm like, ah. So I know my raincoat needs to go. I wore it yesterday and it's hanging off me, and it doesn't do you any justice when you've got clothes on that are too big for you. So now I've got my new little raincoat. I need to get rid of a couple of bits. So I'm planning on doing that probably at some point this week as well. I'm actually really warm now, I suppose because the sun's beating through this window on me. I'm getting a bit, whew, which is good because I'm normally really cold. But yeah, nothing else to report. I enjoyed doing my 15 things about me yesterday, and I know, Hannah, you've got your internet all getting set up properly now, so I'm really looking forward to watching your YouTube and your 15 things we didn't know about you. I could have gone on and on though. I could have told you a million more things about me because that's just me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. This is me. I am what I am, and like it or lump it, I guess. So I've got a few more followers, so I must just put a shout out to them. I think only yesterday I mentioned I had 125. It's already, I've got 138. So thanks, guys. It's really, really nice to think, and I'm having a few messages on Facebook, and you know, to get those messages saying that I'm inspiring people by my honesty, or you know, whatever it is that people are enjoying watching about my journey. I'm grateful that you're watching this. I'm grateful that you're there supporting me, and if I can support you, I endeavour to contact everybody back that does leave me a message on Facebook, on Instagram, or on the YouTube channel. So if you want to leave a message, you obviously can. You can private message me if you want to know anything a little bit more delicate and you don't want to put it out there publicly. I don't mind. So yeah, if you haven't already, click like and subscribe. Look, I've got one finger now. I think I better fix that before I go out. Anyway, click like and subscribe. I'm over on Instagram looking on the lighter side of life, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful Thursday, and I will chat to you again tomorrow, guys. Bye.